We've just passed a sign saying motorway services 5 kilometres ahead. And the big question is, can we make it to the services and get some help? Or will we have completely knackered out the rims first and be dragging the trailer on its axles?
Man, we got sparks! We got sparks everywhere!
Well, we've got some good news and we've got some bad news. The good news is we made it to the services, but the bad news is there's nobody here because it's not open yet.
How are we going to get this trailer to Cairo, man?
Well, that's a very good question.
Well, there goes Dave taking the trailer to be fixed. We might as well go and have a look round Cairo, Susie.
Since the usual thing to do when visiting Egypt is to look at antiquities, such as the pyramids and the pharaohs' tombs, we thought we'd also do the complete opposite and get a glimpse of how a modern Egyptian sees their world. So we went to a gallery of modern art, where the American owner, William, told us about the work of a young Egyptian artist called Sabach 9.
This artist, particularly Sabach 9, is a young veiled Egyptian girl who's particularly concerned with the way that women are presented or perceived in the Arab world. She feels that they are nothing more than motifs. Men look at them all exactly the same. As there's a very familiar motif in Egypt, and it's sort of a curled up twist. So she's taken that motif, which is in the fences, it's in the doors, it's everywhere, and she's taken newspapers and old magazines and twisted them round so that in fact, like each one of these represents a female. That if you go close, you'll find that words are sort of shoot out at you, colors shoot out at you, meaning that behind the motif, there's an individual. And she's actually saying, behind the veil, behind the woman in the street, there is an individual. She's not just a motif that people can ignore. Okay?
Man, it's crazy cleaner, man.
Come and check out his crazy cleaning.
Come in, Alan. Give him a pair of shades. Ali the rock star.
Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder.
Set up a new band.
No talent and they look terrible. They'll go far.
Yeah!
In accordance with usual rock fan protocol, a pair of crusty niggers.
Yes! Yeah!
What's going on?
Well, these guys have repaired our trailer. We did originally say that we wanted car-sized wheels on them, and when we came back yesterday, they'd put small wheels on again, and they were all at odd angles, but they've actually sorted the wheels out a bit, so they do run straight. But it's the same size wheels on the trailer that gave us problems before, and that was on tarmac roads. I mean, it's not going to be any good for Ethiopia, so we might have to do something else again later down the line.
What's this guy doing?
Clean him, man. He's off his head. He's rubbing me. I'm trying to sleep. No. Vinny.
Ali once showed me a huge scar that ran from one knee right up to his groin. It was from an injury he got fighting the Israelis back in the war of 1973. And he mimed the actions to show me how he had survived the encounter by taking out his opponent using a grenade. And I suppose I shouldn't have needed reminding not to take anyone at face value, and that people who seem to live the most ordinary of existences may well have had experiences that are far more profound than any I'm ever likely to have. Here's a wheel which, according to our Egyptian mechanic, is a good wheel for a trailer. I'm going to just pull that off there. And here's a wheel that, according to David, is a good wheel for a trailer. Now, there's a technical term for wheels like this. They're called crap. Now, I know that the question that's burning on your lips is, how am I going to get a car wheel to fit this axle? Well, what you need is a metal insert to adapt the one to the other. So what you have to do is nip down to your local backstreet metal machinist, sketch out what you want on a fag packet, you'll make it up, stick it in there, and let's slap that on there. Sorted. Last night we went down to the Cairo Jazz Club, and it wasn't so much jazz as, what would you say, cabaret. But since we didn't have the camera, we thought you'd missed out on that particular musical pleasure, so we thought for your benefit we would do a reconstruction. So imagine, if you may, that I'm playing the piano, and that Chris is a middle-aged German woman brought here especially for the Jazz Club.
Hello.
For their rendition of, what was it?
Sunny.
I love you. Are you ready for this?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell him, David.
Marooned in Cairo. 2 years ago, when we thought about doing this trip, we could have come to Egypt and driven south, straight through Sudan into Eritrea, and through Eritrea into Ethiopia. But there are a number of political difficulties. First of all, Sudan and Egypt don't get on, so they've shut their border. Eritrea and Sudan don't get on, so they've shut their border. And Somalia is a bit out of the question, which is further south. So
Basically because they have no government.
yeah, they have no government. So we knew that when we came here, we would have to get past Sudan somehow. So we had two options. We could go down through Saudi Arabia to Yemen and cross over the water there, but now Yemen's a bit dodgy, so we can't go through that route.
Maybe get kidnapped in Yemen.
Yep. So then we came down to the idea we'll get a boat from Egypt down to Eritrea, but Eritrea is now fighting Ethiopia, so we can't do that.
And that's turned out to be a full-scale war, according to the latest reports on the internet that we picked up the other day. And it's not just on the borders, it's starting to spread out a little as well, so we're going to have to check up on that one a little bit more.
But there was an answer. There's a little country called Djibouti, and we could get a boat down to Djibouti and cross from there into Ethiopia.
Which is our only keyhole into the country at the moment.
Absolutely. And before we left England, we checked with lots of overland companies that said, yeah, we take our trucks down there all the time. And when we got to Cairo, none of the shipping agents seemed to have heard of these boats. So, first of all, there are the political difficulties, people are shooting each other, and secondly, there are practical difficulties. There are boats, we know there are boats, we know people have got the boats, but shipping agents in Cairo don't seem to know that there are boats.
I don't know anything.
And that's about it, really. Marooned in Cairo.
Before we even got to Egypt, I had a broken arm by falling down a mechanic's pit in Syria, and then Dave went and crashed the car in the middle of Sinai. There was me in the baking desert sun, one arm in plaster, picking up bits of taxi in the other. And if that wasn't enough hassle, once we got to Cairo, it looked as if it was the end of the road. Unless, of course, we wanted to go to Yemen and run the risk of being kidnapped. I knew it was going to be a crazy trip, but I just didn't think it was going to be that crazy.
Da-da-dum.